Hello, I'm Kim Gilster, the Spiritual Synergist, and welcome back to Twin Flames, the Reality. I am a psychic medium, life coach, and a luminary. If you would care to make a personal appointment, you can find out all of the information, read my blog, find more videos at kimgilster.com. And this coming Wednesday, February 10th, 2016, at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be on air with Kelly Fitzgerald on her wonderful show called The Road to Enlightenment. We're going to be discussing twin flames, the dark side of twin flames, as well as how to fall in love with yourself and the importance of that in twin flame union, how to get into union, how to deal with things if you're actually in a relationship with your twin and get closer to actual union. So there is that. Now, without further ado, I was compelled to come here to talk to you guys about darkness and shadows and things of that nature. As some of you may know, Mars is sort of playing havoc with us, God of War, in Scorpio, very direct on the planet at this time. I'm seeing a lot of people and a lot of anger. People saying, oh no, that's dark, I have to run from it. Oh, I'll surround myself with the light. I reject you, I reject you, I reject you, I reject this, I reject that. And it's causing a lot of havoc. People are running around the streets doing all kinds of crazy things. So how do we deal with all of this craziness? And, even when we're not dealing with Mars, because let's face it, we all align with things at times that are unpleasant, things that, we may identify as being dark. We may even align with what most people think are demons or shadow spirits or yada, 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 yada. And it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with us. It doesn't mean that we're a bad person. We've done, bad things, and so this thing has come to us or anything of that nature. As a matter of fact, it's been my experience that people who are more light tend to attract dark things around them. Or, again, what feels like something that's dark. So, what do we do about this? I'm going to sort of take it case by case because there are all sorts of variances. So let's talk about this concept of negativity. Negativity is really a perception. So something makes me feel uncomfortable for whatever reason, and oftentimes people will look at that and say, oh, well, that's negative. Is it? Is it really? Because I'm here to tell you that oftentimes things that one person considers to be negative, another person does not. For instance, I remember not long ago having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were discussing going to a particular place where, there's a gathering and there is this one group of people. My friend said, oh gosh, I think that those people are negative and, oh yeah, I don't feel good around them. It's not my thing at all. And I looked at my friend and I said, wow, that's interesting because I actually feel really great. I feel loved around these people. So perhaps they're not negative. You see, what was happening was that my friend was not, or is not at this time, in alignment with these particular people. That's okay. It doesn't mean they're negative. It just means that she's not in alignment with it. So instead of observing it as just that she's not in alignment with it, what she did instead was choose to see these people as being negative and be in a space of judgment and resistance. Now, what that does as well is set her up for a position where perhaps sometime later down the line, she is more in alignment with being around these particular types of people or these people, and then she gets into a space where, hey, those people are negative, this whole thing is negative, and so I'm not going to, be there even though I'm feeling like I should. Oh, well, there must be a demon around me, or there must be something trying to pull me into that, because I know that space is negative. Oh, no, 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 And so now she is actually has her brain going and going and going and going and going in the wrong direction. If she simply looked at it and said, I'm not in alignment with that right now, and just remained open and respected that, some people are, and everything is fine, then perhaps if she comes into alignment at a later date with it, she can say, oh, now I'm in alignment with this. Let me go investigate and see what this is about. What is it that I have to learn from it? Okay? Because no matter what, there's always something to learn from everything. Which brings me to demons and dark spirits. Yeah, okay, these things come into our alignment in many different ways. Oftentimes, it's because we have something going on inside of ourselves, where we're not being loving towards ourselves, where, we're feeling guilty, etc., etc., etc. This then, builds up this energy that eventually can and oftentimes does present itself outside of ourselves. And our perception of it is, a demon. It is something that is not good, not favorable. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I have to get rid of this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go run to a healer. Oh, I have to have this removed. Oh no, I have an attachment. It has to be removed, etc., etc., etc. Sometimes there are things that are from outside of ourselves, if you will, like, so they didn't sprout from ourselves, but guaranteed we do have an alignment with it. Some way we energetically we manifested it into our reality, usually from some space of resistance to something. So what do? You ask it why it's there. Oh my gosh, I feel so much pain, but why have you come to me? What is it that I'm supposed to be learning from this? Am I in fear? If I'm in fear, why am I in fear? What is the fear really about? Because guaranteed the fear is not about fear of it as much as it is something inside of yourself that you're in fear of. Something inside of yourself that you're afraid to look at. What a lot of people will say, oh, exploring your shadow self. Yeah, and demons help us to do that. They help us to do that. Why? Because we're looking for happiness. Say I wanted to manifest something in my life. I don't know. I wanted to manifest $1 million, hypothetically. Okay, so I'm feeling like I have this $1 million. I'm watching myself spend money. I'm watching myself get the things that I want from this $1 million, etc., etc., etc. And yet there's something inside of me that doesn't feel worthy, that feels guilty. Perhaps I have some kind of subconscious thing going on about money. It could be a million and one things. So what happens? So this darkness comes to me and I'm feeling like, oh my God, I feel horrible, this and that. And if what I do is push it away, I don't give it a chance to do its job. I push it away. I go running off. Oh, and I feel guilty. And now I've got more guilt behind this. Oh, well, maybe it was because, I'm being greedy by wanting that $1 million per se, or who knows. Instead, what we do is we, again, look at it. We say, why are you here? What is it that you have to teach me? We go to our heart. We embrace it because it's here to serve us. So is it really dark? Or is it our perception of darkness? Is it there so that we can perceive this thing in this way in order to lift up? Because we know it causes us to do that. It will cause us in whatever fashion to really, really, lift ourselves up, because nobody likes to feel pain, but we shouldn't judge it. And because we judge pain, we judge darkness. Or again, our perception of darkness. So, but it's been my experience that if I deal with it in a way that is more conducive, if I ask it, oh my gosh, why are you here? Yeah, you don't feel good. Thanks. Thank you for the pain. What is it you're here to teach me? I learn very quickly. Oftentimes it's a matter of minutes. Sometimes it's a matter of days. Nowadays, too, even when I see it, I don't really feel pain. I look at it like, oh, okay, what's going on? Well, I wanted to get your attention because, this, that, and the other thing's going on. I can see, what's going on in the collective. Sometimes it alerts me to that. Oh, hey, Kim, you need to go see what's going on in the collective, because, hey, today maybe, there's some kind of crazy energy and, your help is needed, because I do a lot of transmuting of energies to help this planet. I've done it most of my life, which is part of the reason why I often in the past aligned with what most people call darkness. I had to learn about it. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, for instance. And yeah, it taught me a lot, a whole lot. It means that I can sit with people no matter what's going on with them. And I don't wear what's going on with them. I'm able to hold the light for them. I'm able to hold the love for them. I'm able to help them transmute their stuff, hold that space, give them tools, etc., etc. And the reason that I can do this is because I don't have those fears. I don't run away. I stand in my love. I stand in my light. And I embrace it all. I don't judge. I accept. Nothing in this world can exist if someone's not in alignment with it. Nothing in this world exists that doesn't serve us somehow. And yes, war serves us. If it didn't, it couldn't exist. Think about it. Think about when something big like a war happens. What are some of the things that come out of it? There's a lot more awareness about certain aspects of being that come out of that. If there are too many people on this planet who are, in denial of something or accepting something that may not be conducive anymore to expansion, then what'll happen is you might get something like a war. So people will wake up. You might get something like people going to schools and, doing something that's very painful, killing people. Because we're supposed to be waking up to, whatever is causing this mental anguish, not just for those people, but, on some level for many, many people. What is it that we're doing that is keeping people from their authenticity, their self-love, their light, their expansion? It causes us to question that. Things have to come to the surface in order for us to see them and do something about them. Otherwise, they just remain hidden. And it's much better to be able to have the opportunity to do things as a collective. Let's face it. It's wonderful to, do things with help. That's part of, that is who we are as our uniqueness in the oneness. So, lovelies, don't be afraid of the dark. Don't be afraid of the demons. And you're not a bad person if something's aligned with you. You're not, if you're a twin and, something's happening like that with you and your twin, hey, look at what it really is. I'm not recommending, somebody's beating you or doing something that you should just stand around and take it. No, of course not. If somebody's like really, really, emotionally toxic for you, no, don't stay in that space. But, once you take yourself out of the space when you're able, look at it. Look at it. Why did I align with that? And you'll see you're still having some pain behind it, especially when it's something very bad or your perception of bad, something very painful is more like it. That happens. Okay? Think about it. Those things cause you to really look deep inside yourself. And running around just blaming that person, just being a victim, it won't help you in the long run. It just won't. It puts you in a space where you don't have your own power. And to really love yourself, you've got to experience your own power. You really do. And you can't give from something you don't have. So everybody running around telling you that you don't need to experience your own power in your own self, well, that's because those people are misinformed and they're in some kind of pain. And they believe, most likely, that their power needs to come from outside of themselves. Your power does not come from outside of yourself. We have it all inside of ourselves to battle whatever we need to battle. Actually, it's not even really a battle. It really isn't. It's love. That's what love looks like. Love often looks like something dark coming into your life. Think about it. Think about a mother whose child is about to jump into a flame because the child didn't know that it can get burned. What does the mother do? The mother doesn't say, "Oh my gosh, honey, don't do that." No. The mother usually, throws the child. She screams and she's, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." This is something that is love. If we look around us, we see it every single day. And yet, we want to run from things that might feel unpleasant. No. We have to find the pleasant in everything. I love you guys, and I hope you listen into the radio show this coming Wednesday. Bye for now.